It's kind of gross to think that the place that I grind my bread, where I grind my flour, is the same place where I grind my bones. So maybe I should make a different quern that's a bones only quern. What do you think about that? Hello everyone, welcome back to the RF Fury server. We're playing some Vintage Story again today. We're going to work on our farm a little bit here and spruce it up a bit. And we're going to take some time and learn a little bit about leather making. I was so fortunate to be gifted a leather backpack here whenever I first joined the server. However, my other bags aren't so good, so I'd like to learn how to make leather, and that way we can improve our storage situation. So let's do it. So this time around, this spring, I have several more seeds than I've ever had before, so I'm looking to expand this out a little bit. I think honestly what I'm going to do is tear down the fencing, think out my plan a little bit here, and then get to building. When I first started here, I was just relying on this water source here for my watering of the crops. I had a little bit of terra preta available, and so I just threw that into water and planted the seeds that I had, albeit not very many. And now I feel like I have the opportunity to think out how I want this to be laid out a little bit better. And of course, you can see that our nutrient levels are quite depleted in some of these pieces of terra preta right now. So I need to think out the best way to utilize what's left, and then moving forward, if we can replenish this, or do we need to just dig it up and start over? So let's figure out what to do. So right now I have crops that require nutrient N and nutrient K. So that's why N and K are quite depleted. So I need to figure out what would be the best course of action to take with these plots. Some of these on the end here are a little bit fresher, haven't been used quite as much, but I think if you dig one up, you lose it. So let's find a real low percentage one and give that a test. Okay, this one has 4% N and 14% K. I'm going to dig it up. And yes, you do indeed lose it. So just not sure if we need to learn how to replenish the nutrient levels or what. Let's make some bone meal and see what that does. Okay, bones into the corn and grind that up. It's kind of gross to think that the place that I grind my bread, where I grind my flour, is the same place where I grind my bones. So maybe I should make a different quern that's a bones only quern. What do you think about that? Okay, so in the meantime, let's see. The plants love it. Bone meal. Fertilizer adds 3% in, 30% P, and no K. So, and it doesn't really help us in this situation because we don't need P. We don't have any crops that require P right now. So, yeah, so you can add the slow release nutrients, which is what the bone meal is, to the soil, but it just doesn't really help me in this case too much. So according to the wiki, nutrients in farmland slowly replenish over time and return to the maximum level per soil type. So I can regain my terra preta all the way up to max level. It can replenish with a crop in it, but the rates are lower. So I think the best thing to do right now is to just leave the soil where it is and then replant once the crop has regained more of its nutrients back. So I think what I'm going to do is take some terra preta that I haven't used yet, chuck it right here because it's just kind of odd to have that one piece open. And then I may just have one more year of having my garden like this. So I've spent a lot of time thinking about what to do with my terra preta, and I think all I'm going to do is let it sit here and regain its nutrients back. I think it would be better to just leave it as is. You can see that it's slowly regaining its percentages back. The max is 80, so we're getting pretty close. I don't think we're going to have to wait that much longer. So let's just let it sit here for a little bit, and then we can work on leather making here soon. So the first type of barrel crafting, barrel mechanics that I want to explore is turning rot into compost. I have acquired quite a bit of rot over my gameplay here on the Aura Fury server, and I figured it would be best if we could put it to some use. Crafting a barrel is pretty easy. You really just need planks and sticks, and then to create the compost, you need 64 rot. So let's see how to craft a barrel. Okay, planks and sticks, like I thought. Okay, 3 down the middle, and then sticks in each corner, and you get a barrel. Okay, got my rot. Okay, we'll just place it back here in the corner. This grass is in my way. Okay, so we'll place the barrel somehow. There we go. And then you get this GUI where you can place the rot in, and it'll actually tell you that the 64 rot will make compost. So you seal the barrel, puts a fancy little lid on the top, and then we wait 20 days. So, talking about leather making, my goal here is to make a leather backpack. It will give you 6 slots. You need 8 pieces of leather, but how in the world do you make leather? Well, you need the hides in a strong tannin. Well, how the heck do you make tannin? So you need oak logs and weak tannin. Okay, backtrack one more time. How do you make weak tannin? Oak logs and water inside of a barrel. So the first thing we need to do is craft some barrels and get some oak wood. It's going to take several leather to make this one bag, so I think this is going to be a long journey. Oops, that's the fence. How do you make... You would think after making a barrel earlier I would have it memorized because it's a simple recipe, but okay, I've got it fixed now. And they don't stack. Awesome. That's okay. I've got inventory space right now. All right, all lined up. Let's get them placed here. And one more. Now let's get our bucket here. Oh, I guess I don't really have any oak. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna have to go on an oak finding adventure. Okay, I'm back with my oak logs. I was able to gather 15, so let's throw that on top of the 50 liters of water. You can see that it doesn't create anything because that ratio is wrong. So 50 liters of water and 5 oak logs will turn into 50 liters of weak tannin after sealing 24 hours. So 5 to 50. So we'll seal that. And we have about a day. Of course, that's in-game hours, so it won't take too awful long. So now that we've got a few more oak, I'm going to do a couple more barrels and get some more weak tannin going here. Let me double check what the leather backpack recipe is. With the leather, you need strong tannin and prepared hide. And oak log and weak tannin make strong tannin. So let's look at that hide again. Prepared hide. What is that? Oh, scraped hide. Okay, what is that? Man, this crafting the leather is it's several layers deep. Let's just put it that way. So I'm going to need my knife and a soaked hide. Oh, okay. So soaked hide is lime water and a hide. Hmm. Okay. So we need to think about how to get some lime water. I think you can get that from seashells. I have some seashells that I picked up on one of my scavenging adventures, so we might need to grind those up if we can. Let's see if we can find the seashells here in the chest. Okay, I have one volute and a scallop. So I think you can just put them in the quern. It'll get those yucky old bones out of there. And it says it turns into 2 lime. So let's grind that up real quick. Like I was saying, this is really a multi-step operation here. Apparently, I accidentally placed this seashell on the floor. I don't know how I did that. Okay, so that gave me 2 lime, and if I grind this one, I should get a couple more. Okay, let's grab our bucket and grab some water. Now the barrel has 10 liters of water in it. And if you put 1 lime, it's not enough to do anything because there's no output. So let's figure out how many lime per water it is. Okay, these chalk stone will turn into lime. So take the hammer and break the chalk, and you get lime from that as well. Okay, so now we have 10 lime. Let's see if it's 10 liters of water to 10 lime. And it immediately made 10 liters of lime water. Okay, awesome. So it's just 1 for 1 on the ratio for the lime water. That's pretty easy. Okay, I have the most of small hides right now, so let's see what we can do with those. To make a soaked hide, you need 2 lime water portions to 1 hide, to 1 small hide, that is. Different size hides have different amounts of liquid that they require to process them. So in this case, I have 10 liters, so I have enough to process 5 hides. What? How did my processing pit get in there? That was weird. Get out of there. Okay, 5 hides, and it says it will turn into 5 soaked hides after 20 hours after sealing. So, okay, that should be pretty good. These will be ready roughly around the time that the other is ready. Okay, let's seal this up. And there we go. So we've got a little bit of waiting around to do. There's 5 hours on those. So um, let's go ahead and work on something else in the meantime. Okay, so the lid is popped off and we have 50 liters of weak tannin. So it's pretty much just liquid just sitting there in the barrel ready to use. And we just need to wait for the soaked hides to complete. And then we can move on to the next step. All right, let's move down and see how much longer we have. Oh, it's been sealed for 20 hours, so it should pop anytime. Oh, okay. That was easy. Okay, so we've got 5 soaked hides, and from what I understand, you just place the copper knife and you get scraped hides. Okay, now we should take the scraped hides and place them in the weak tannin. It will turn into 5 prepared hides after 3 days of sealing. So this part is going to take substantially longer to turn into prepared hides. And I'm going to need several more pieces of leather as well just to finish this out to make one backpack. And so you can see this is a pretty long process. It is not for the faint of heart, but that is part of what makes Vintage Story so awesome. If you enjoy the grind at all, then this is definitely the game for you. It's very satisfying to be able to take all your items and slowly fashion them into bigger, better items. So it looks like it's done. We've got 5 prepared hides. Of course, that took 3 in-game days to process. It seemed fast for us in the video, but in the game it took a little bit longer. So that took 10 liters of water. So we're going to need more hides, more time, and it's really good practice. It's nice to learn what to do. So I have 40 liters of weak tannin. If I add 4 oak logs, it will turn into strong tannin after 24 hours. Which is perfect because that just so happens to be the amount of oak logs that I have at the moment. As you can see, I've been doing quite a bit of hunting. I have more meat than I can eat. I really wish I had access to salt to preserve some of that meat, but my main goal was getting the hides because I really didn't have enough. But now I have plenty and there is lots of leather working to be done. I really have been enjoying the barrel mechanics that are available in the game. It's really fun. Okay, so our barrel is 24 hours out of 24 hours, and this is what the heck? This guy comes out of nowhere. Excuse me, I'm trying to make some leather here. Okay. That is so annoying. I'm just here trying to do my business, and of course, he doesn't even drop anything, so get out of here. Anyways, let's see what's going on with the strong tannin now. So we've got 40 liters of strong tannin. Awesome, so it worked. So we should be able to take the prepared hides and place them in and turn them into leather. And it takes 4.5 days. So, okay. It's, like I said, very time consuming, but that's okay. We're making some progress. This has been a really fun journey so far. Of course, this one is only 2 hours in on the prepared hides, so I need more leather, more time. How do you make a backpack? It's leather plus time. Hides plus time, I guess, because they actually start out as just regular hides. So let's go ahead and seal this. And in 4.5 days, we will have 5 pieces of leather, which is not enough to create a backpack, but we'll be well on our way. So here's how the garden turned out. It's a bit of an L shape. This wasn't really my original intent, was to create it this way. But I feel like for now, this is probably the best I could do. I did find some more terra preta in my leather hunting adventures, so I threw that down there on the end, but I think that this garden will serve purposes for another year. In the meantime, I can gather some more terra preta and try to think out how I want my future area to look. But, a lot of what I've been doing has just been basic survival. Okay, so the leather backpack is 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces of leather. So I've got 5 going. I can do more than that now that I did all that hunting. So it shouldn't be an issue, and I should be able to get maybe 1 or 2 backpacks. Thank you so much for watching. It's been so much fun trying to figure out how in the heck to create leather. It has been a long journey. We have a lot more to do, but I really appreciate all the tips and tricks that you leave me in the comments. If you have any questions or tips for us, please let us know. Please do me a favor, and if you're enjoying the videos, leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd also like to invite you over to my Twitch channel. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 p.m. Central Time. It'd be great to meet you. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you later. Bye, everyone!